Hey y'all, Noons here, and we're back for another installment of Noons Airborne RC, and we got another unboxing today for y'all to enjoy. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel, and please hit the like and subscribe button you see right there so you can get notified future content. And welcome to the channel. So today we got the 1/9 scale Freewing MIG-21 Fishbed 80 millimeter. It is the high performance model, so it's got the in-rotor motor, and I went ahead and I picked this bad boy up for a Motion RC. I've been eyeing this thing for quite some time, and the thing that went ahead and just had to hit the, smash that buy button, as the Petronoff brothers say, was one of my buddies. He's coming out here to Fort Huachuca, LJ Hobby Life. I'll go ahead and drop a link down in the description. Please go ahead and watch his channel. He's got some pretty good content out there. This bad boy right here, without a battery, is about 2,300 ounces or so. It puts out 3,200 in thrust, so it's gonna more than 1-to-1. The length on it is 1,730 meters and 800 meters wingspan, millimeters wingspan, as you can see out here in the front, which isn't that big, but it is a Delta Wing. I ended up getting the blue and white high visibility scheme. I have to think I'm going to go ahead and like this. If I do, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a second one, the silver one, so I can go ahead and put it in my scheme. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed. But let's go ahead and roll that intro.
Get some!
All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and do this from a different angle. We're gonna do it from the top view so you can go ahead and see exactly what goes ahead and comes in the box. So let's go ahead and get the lid off. And there you go. That's how she comes packaged. Right there, nice packaging, everything's put away. Got a shipping label, got our 30-day warranty right over here. And we got our manual. We'll go ahead and set those off to the side. And as you can see, with like almost any Freewing, it comes nice and packaged up. So let's go ahead and start removing this thing out of the box. So everybody, as you saw from the top view, it comes really nice and packaged just like any Freewing plane. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box and let it see some daylight. First things we got right here is we got our carbon fiber spars for our wings. Go ahead and set that off the side. Not too much to talk about those. A spar is a spar. We do have a bag of our scale tidbits right here. Nose cone, pitot tube, all that fun stuff right here. And then we have another one with all our linkages, screws, and our King Zur, what I call it, XER Zur glue. Just like foam tack, great stuff. Go ahead and take these and set them off to the side. We won't need those until we do the assembly video. Let's go ahead and work from the top down. Oh, almost forgot. The go get 'em wire. Basically, this is what you do for when you install the empennage, that you go ahead and you fish all your wires to the front. Comes with that. I think that's pretty cool. I have no problem making little tools like that, but when they send that in with the kit, they really plan that out, and that's awesome. This is the high performance model, so this is the newer version. The first versions from my scene came with a little blue box. A lot of people call it the blue box from hell. Do not believe this one comes with it. It comes with the very basic control board, so we shouldn't have the issues of the blue board. Working from the top down, we have our wing right over here. Looks like it's the left wing. Let's go ahead and get our knife. And take this bad boy out. Great finish, all painted. Got our gray and our blue, we got our red stars. This does have flaps, our retracts, servos, everything already pre-installed. You just gotta go ahead and hook up your linkages. Has flaps and ailerons. The finish on these, everybody, this model, it is really, really, really good. We do have some bleed over the paint over there, but that is nothing. There's the bottom. We have full hinges, This is where our ordnance will go. Retracts are went ahead and laid in. And as you can see, it comes with the connector that you're more familiar with on the Avante with the ribbon cable. I do like that. I like that a lot better than the previous design where it was just a whole bunch of servo wires and looked like a bird's nest in front. And this thing is good. Such a small wing, but these things, from what I've seen, the high alpha, and they fly like crazy. The stickers, I do notice that they are coming up. I'll just go ahead and push those back down. I've had that with many other models. Once you push them down, really don't have a problem with that. So that right there is our left wing. And we have our right wing, and the right wing is taped. So let's go ahead and cut it out the bag and set it free. And it's basically an exact mirror copy of the other wing. Same finish, same quality. This thing should be nice and be able to see it in the air with the contrast of colors. Feels real good. That's gonna be sweet seeing that up in the air. Like I said, everybody, it's a 800 millimeter wingspan. If you have a flying wing, it is a little wider. It's incredibly long, this model, from what I've seen. I can't wait to see it all put together. But yeah, if you like MIGs, you like MIGs, just like me. We got our vertical stabilizer. All pre-wired. Servo is installed. Rudder. The receiver I'm gonna have in this, I'm gonna have the Spectrum AR637T, which does have AS3X. I will not be using AS3X on any of the first flights. As you can see, the sticker, it did come up a little bit, but we just pushed that down. No problem. 4 screws, this goes in nice and tight, like it's brand spanking new. Exactly how I like it. And that's a great quality, guys. I mean, just look at that. They got the different shade of gray right there. Now, I did say a little while ago, I will not be using AS3X on my first flights. Reason why I say that is when I go into a high alpha or I get this thing slow, I want to see, everybody can find out what the stall characteristics are, right? You just get it real slow, nose it up, and it's going to do what it does. And you go, oh, so that's how it stalls. I care about that, don't get me wrong, but what I care about more is what I call the pre-stall does. Like right when it starts getting to that point that it's about to stall, because I like my planes to talk to me. Does it do a little wingtip? Like the HSD Super Viper turbine. When you're starting to get a little too slow, I'm gonna do an impersonation here. When you start getting too slow, it does this wallow, just like that. That's letting you know, hey, I'm getting too slow, you better punch up the throttle. And if you don't listen to that, it's gonna go straight down on the ground. Now, if you fly a plane immediately with AS3X, it's gonna hide that. And all you're gonna see is the plane's just gonna drop, it's gonna nose over, it's gonna wing over, whatever its stall characteristic it's gonna be. And that's nice to know, but the pre-stall is always, for me, is always better to know. That's when it tells you, hey, I'm at my threshold, and if you don't listen to me, it's gonna be a bad day. Just a little tip or a piece of advice for all the novice pilots out there. Just something I've learned from all the people I fly with along the way. All right, first piece of cardboard is gone. And now we got the bottom. It is a two styrofoam piece box. Got your fuselage, your rear end. The tail cone end where the elevators go, that does get glued on. That will be a first for me. I never had a model that came in 2 pieces like this before. I do see Freewing does do that with a lot of the models, and they do fly well, so it's nothing negative, but it is just one of my firsts. So take it out. We got our drop tanks right here. The drop tanks are foam. It's got a plastic tip right here, and it's got plastic right here for the fins. These, from what I've seen, they are magnetic. So they come right out. You got your magnets right there, a magnet and a magnet and a magnet and a magnet. This gets glued into the plane, and you can just go ahead and snap them in, and you got your tanks. I have seen reviews from people that they say flying with the tanks matters. You know, on a normal plane, you put your tanks or your ordnance and it gives it a down moment, right? I've seen from many, many people that the drop tanks on here doesn't make a difference. I'll go ahead and report that when we have the maiden. We'll be doing the maiden without the tanks and then with the tanks. So here's your other one right over here. And then we have our horizontal stabilizers. There is 2 right here, and they have your elevators. Let's go ahead and take these out and give you guys a close-up look. Same paint scheme, gray on white, white in the center, blue on the end. Right there, slides into the back, goes in with 2 screws and your spar. Hinges already on it. Control surface. What do you guys think about that finish? Looks pretty good, huh? One thing I will say, another little tip is on all my models, when I get it, I don't care if it's a ready to fly, a PMP or NARF Plus. If it comes with my control horns, I'm going to give it a good tug on them. Make sure that it's not a Friday model or a Monday model. What do I mean by that? You ever buy a car that was a lemon that everything started going wrong? It was most likely built on a Friday when they're ready to go home, or it was built on a Monday when they didn't want to be at work. Same thing goes with anything else you buy. So we have our other elevator and horizontal stab. This is the right side. Has a great finish, great paint job, just like any other Freewing quality on it. There is a little paint missing, but can't really complain. Right there, I don't know if you guys can go ahead and see that. Got a little white, not a big deal. Little things like that happen in transport. You never are gonna get a model that's perfect. Not just gonna happen. We got our extra little scale tidbits right over here. This right here looks like the center fin, goes right underneath the fuse. Looks like it's made out of wood. Go ahead and cut this out. Now, I am no expert on this model, but I'm gonna say that this is the piece that goes underneath the plane on the tail end. And it is wood. It is, as you can see, it does have a bow on it, but when we get this in the model, I believe it's gonna go ahead and hold it in pretty good. My winglets for my Avanti came in way worse than this. I did not install them, they were just too wavy. People said that they'd straighten out. They didn't straighten out. That's just the thing, when you get wood and you put paint on it, you're gonna go ahead and get some of this. I'm sure I'm not the first person to get this, and everybody else I see puts this on their plane and they have no issues, so I'm not even worried about that. All right, second to last piece, we'll go ahead and pull it out, is our empennage end with our tail cone. Go ahead, and as you can see, it has the blue for the bottom and the gray for the top. It does come already pre-wired for your 2 elevator servos. Let me go ahead and bring this around. So you do have 2 servos. You have one on this side and you have one on that side already pre-built. This gets glued in straight to the rear end. We'll go ahead and do an assembly video on this. I am going to go ahead and foil tape this back end right here. I got with Ray Guniak for a fire booty, and I got that actually coming in. So this will be my second plane, and actually it's my second MIG that I got fiery booties. I usually just put them on my MIGs. I got a MIG-17 Avios inside, and we'll have this MIG-21 as well. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and glue this on. I think we might lay the tape on this part right here before we go ahead and glue it on. It'll just make it a lot easier. I will be using the glue that it comes with. Like I said, it's like foam tack. It's very, very durable, strong, and not so much brittle, where if you do hit something, it'll break right off. It does have some give. All right, I think that's all the pieces. Not too much to this plane. We got more tape. Let's go ahead and pull this thing out. This thing is in there nice and tight. There we go. Let's go ahead and remove this out of the way. And there's the fuse. Let's go ahead and pull her out. Dun da da da. Nice and slow. Wow. That is sexy. And she is free, y'all. You look at that fuse, nice scale, it's got all the panel lines. I will be doing a wash to this, get her dirty, because I like my MIGs dirty. It's the way they should be. Let me go ahead and get you guys a close-up view of this. Got our hatch, wings. Here's those little lovely connectors that we've come accustomed to. That's usually on the Avanti S. A great paint job. Like I was talking about, a Friday or a Monday plane. As you can see, it's missing some paint right here, which isn't a deal breaker. We go ahead and we'll just dirty that thing up right there, add some weathering, you won't even notice it. So there's the fuse. Let's go ahead and we'll be right back. We'll go ahead and get a carriage for this. We got our stand right here, what I call the carriage, and we got our fuse right here. Little specs on it. Has an 80 amp ESC. It has 80 millimeter fan, 12 blade. Without a battery, it says it's 2,215 grams without a battery. The thrust on it is 3,200 since it is the high performance in-runner model. So you look at it as you still have roughly about 800 grams of a battery that you could throw in here, and you're still gonna have, you know, that'll be at 3,000 grams and you'll have 3,200 of thrust, which will definitely make it fun. It can take anywhere between, I've seen a 4,000 to a 6,000. 6,000 will be a little heavier, get a little longer flight times, and you'll be right at about a 1-to-1 ratio there. If you go with the 4,000, this thing's just gonna, the vertical on it should just be ridiculous. I can't wait to go ahead and assemble that and put it together, so go ahead and stay tuned for that video. So the last thing is, please go ahead and leave a comment down below, hit that like button if you like the MIG. If you don't like the MIG, go ahead and let me know. Stay tuned for the build video, that should be coming up, and noon's out. Get some!